In this lecture, we'll take a look at the introduction to Google Pub and Sub, which is short for publish and subscribe. So what is Google Pub/Sub? Pub/Sub is a fully managed real-time messaging service that allows you to send and receive messages between independent applications. PubSub allows services to communicate asynchronously with latencies on the order of 100 milliseconds. PubSub is used for streaming, analytics, and data integration pipelines to ingest and distribute data. It is equally effective as message-oriented middleware for service integration or as a queue to parallelize tasks. So what are some of the advantages of Google PubSub? Ingestion, user interaction, and server events. So to make use of user interaction events from end user apps or server events from your system, you may forward them to Pub/Sub and then use a stream processing tool such as Dataflow, which delivers them to BigQuery, Bigtable, Cloud Storage, and other databases. PubSub allows you to gather events from many clients simultaneously. Real-time event distributions. So events raw or processed may be made available to multiple applications across your team and organization for real-time processing. This supports an enterprise event bus and event-driven application design patterns. PubSub allows you to integrate with many Google systems that export events to PubSub. Replicating data amongst databases. So PubSub is commonly used to distribute change events from databases. These events can be used to construct a view of the database state and state history in BigQuery and other data storage systems. Parallel processing and workflows. You can efficiently distribute a large number of tasks among multiple workers, such as compressing text files, sending email notifications, evaluating AI models, or reformatting images by using PubSub messages to connect cloud functions. So some more advantages. Enterprise event bus. You can create an enterprise-wide real-time data sharing bus, distributing business events, database updates, and analytics events across your organization. Data streaming from IoT devices. For example, a residential sensor can stream data to backend servers hosted in the cloud. Refreshing distributed caches. So for example, an application can publish invalidation events to update the IDs of objects that have changed. Load balancing for reliability. So instances of a server may be deployed on compute engine in multiple zones, but subscribe to a common topic. So when the service fails in any zone, the others can pick up the load automatically. So these are some use cases that you can use for Google PubSub. So let's take a look at the free tier limits. So the cost of using PubSub has three components: throughput costs for message publishing and delivery, egress costs associated with throughput that crosses a Google Cloud Zone or region boundary, storage fees for snapshots and retained acknowledged messages. PubSub services charges are billed based on a number of bytes sent or stored. PubSub Lite service charges, by contrast, are billed based on throughput and storage capacity reserved for a given Lite topic. Lite egress charges are based on a number of bytes sent, not reserved capacity. So there are two PubSub. One is a normal PubSub and one is a PubSub Lite. We won't get into the details of that. The free tier allows 10 GB of messages per month at no cost. So what are the topics that we are going to be covering in the demo? So we will perform basic tasks in PubSub using the Google Cloud Console. Specifically, we'll create a topic, we'll add a subscription, we'll publish a message to the subscription, and we'll view the messages in the subscription. So that was a quick overview of Google PubSub. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.